Welcome back to the channel. So yeah, this is just a follow-up video to my video that I did for the announcement that we got for the new James Bond director for the new Bond films under Amazon MGM. Been announced as Denis Villeneuve. And yeah, this is sort of a follow-up video to that, sort of discussing my thoughts on this. What I think, what potentially may happen. So yeah, we're going to get into that today on the video. So what are my thoughts on this? Well, as I said in the previous video, I think this is a great announcement. It's fantastic. I really do like this director. I think he's the best director in Hollywood at the moment. I've said this before. Blade Runner 2049 back in 2017. I was absolutely blown away by that film. I went to the cinema and I had goosebumps when I came out of the cinema. I was absolutely blown away with the cinematography. Everything about it was just, it was just so fantastic for me. And it's been the same experience for both the Dune films, Dune Part 1 and Part 2. Both seen those at the cinema, epic films. I wasn't really a fan of the David Lynch Dune film back in the 80s, but when these new films have come along, it's just a fantastic, real cinematic films. Denis Villeneuve is one of those directors. I think he can build worlds. Obviously, with the Dune films, he's used the source material, the Frank Herbert books, and this leading into the Bond world. He's going to hopefully take the Fleming books and sort of bring us more of the Fleming Bond to the big screen, harking back to the days of sort of Sean Connery. I'm hoping that he continues with a kind of Daniel Craig, Timothy Dalton sort of serious vibe, that sort of grittier, darker Bond, rather than the sort of Pierce Brosnan and Roger Moore sort of more comedic stuff that went on. And that was great. I loved that stuff in the 80s with Roger Moore. Not so much with Pierce Brosnan for me, because I felt like he was sort of trying to be a hybrid of the two, of Connery and Roger Moore. But no, very, very excited about this news. Apparently the press release does indicate that Denis Villeneuve has said Bond films. So could he actually be involved in more than one Bond film? Could he be, say, involved in a trilogy of films, building like the world of Bond? I think this is what Amazon are quite keen on doing. They want to build the brand of Bond, and they want to build the world. And what better director to get to do this? It's such great news, this, for me. I was very sort of skeptical as to whether Amazon would sort of, dilute the brand and turn it into something with spin-off series and all this sort of a thing. That may come down further the line, possibly, but at least we're going to be getting a cinematic James Bond film, which I think is absolutely fantastic. When could we see this film? I'm hoping 2027, maybe an October release, which kind of fits in with the sort of releases that we've had before with Bond, generally in the autumn time. It's a nice connection with the 27 as well, with the 7. I think that would work quite well. Now, I know Denis is currently sort of in production or pre-production of Dune Part 3, and I think he's got 2 or 3 other projects on the go. But I'm guessing that Amazon really want to sort of get on with this reboot. So hopefully maybe we might get some sort of announcement on a casting of the actual Bond character, an actor. There's been lots of people that, been throwing the names in the hat and all this sort of thing. But I'm hoping for maybe an autumn announcement, and then hopefully maybe production of the film sort of next year, with hopefully a 2027 release. I think Amazon want to really start to get going with this, because they spent a lot of money investing in this, and I guess they want to see a return on it. And for us Bond fans, it's going to be quite a lengthy time period. I think from 2021, with No Time to Die being released, if we go to a 2027 release for the new Bond film, that will be 6 years. And we had a similar time frame between License to Kill and GoldenEye, although technically this is a longer period because No Time to Die was actually filmed in 2019, but it wasn't released until 2021 because of the COVID pandemic. So yeah, really, really exciting news. Thoroughly look forward to sort of what's coming next. Strange sort of announcement kind of in the middle of the night or early hours of the morning. We got it here about sort of 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning, when I woke up about 6:30, something like that. I sort of found the news on the BBC website, which in the UK is kind of a very well trusted news source. So yeah, it's fantastic news. It's all over the internet, and us Bond fans are really, really pleased. Well, certainly I am. I'm sure there's others maybe not so keen on it, but for me, a fantastic piece of news. Can't wait to see what's next. So, what do you think of this announcement? Yeah, be interested to hear your thoughts down in those comments. When do you think the next James Bond film is going to come out? What year? Who do you think is going to play the part? Do you think that Denis Villeneuve is going to create a Bond world? Is he going to direct more than one film? Could we get a trilogy? Who knows? But yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. I will leave some links to some other Bond videos. I do have a Bond playlist. So yeah, if you love your Bond films and you're interested in checking out some of these other videos, then yeah, why not go and explore some of the other videos that I have on the channel. See you next time.